What's up guys, in this video I'm going to show you that how you can use curl request. So basically I was facing the issue with my fetch function with the Axios library. So at the end I had the only option to use the curl request. Alright, so I was also getting the error of access control allow origin. So I was not able to solve in the JavaScript because I had to set some headers onto the server. So for that I had to use the curl finally. So let me tell you, curl stands for client URL request library. So this is helping us to transfer data or maybe receive data from one place to another place. All right, so I will be telling you that what are the issues that we have in the curl request, and at the end I will be giving you the solution of those error as well. So let's get started. So you can see on my screen that I have curl.php file already created, and I have on the browser there is the empty page. So that means I have not written the code, that's why this is showing like this. So let's get started. First of all, I need to write here php open tag, then after I need to add here close tag, and first of all I need to initialize the curl request. So what's the way? So first of all I need to write here a variable curl and then after curl init. So this is the way to initialize the curl request. Then after we are interested to add here the URL where we are going to request. So for that we have the syntax of curl opt set options. We are going to set some options. So we have the variable curl that is going to connect us with the curl request, and then after I need to mention a global variable which is curl opt underscore URL. Then after I need to write here specific URL where I am interested to send the request. So first example I am writing here https google.com. so this is my URL. Then after I need to execute that curl request, curl exec. Then after I need to mention that curl variable, and finally I need to close the curl. So curl close, and inside of it I need to write that variable name. So this is the way to implement the curl request. So let's see on the output screen if we are getting the output. So you can see that we are not getting anything. That means the curl request is not executing because there are some issues. So what can be the issue? So basically the first thing is that HTTPS means secure request. So for that we have to set some option. So curl op set option, and then we have the variable curl, then we have a global variable curl opt SSL verifier, verify peer, and then after we are going to add here false. For example, we have insecure request, then of course this will be working fine. Let's see now if this is working. So we are getting this error 301 moved. So actually this request has been moved here. If we are clicking on here, then we would able to go to the successful URL which is google.com. So we are also interested to move that specific curl request to the to wherever that request is moved to. Let me show you how. So we also need to set one more variable which is curl set option and curl. Then after we have to add here curl opt, then we have to add here follow location. All right, that should be true. So we are saying to this request that you should follow the location wherever that specific URL is redirected. So let's see. Now I am going to refresh and you will see that we are redirected to google.com. For example, I am interested to go to github.com, and let me refresh this page, and here you can see that we are redirected to github.com. So that means this is working fine. For example, I am interested to go to my username of GitHub. So let me refresh this page. So I will be redirected to my profile page of the GitHub. So here you can see that this is my profile page. So this is the way to access the GET request. All right. So let's see if we are interested to return some data. So how we will be doing that? So for that we have to set one more option, which is curl set option. Then we have to add here that specific variable, and then curl opt underscore return transfer, and that should be true also. All right, so now you can see that we have added the option that whenever we are trying to request, then after we should have some return value, and once that curl request would be executed, then we will have some value. So we are going to store that value in the result variable, and once we are closing that curl, then after we are going to use the where dump to print that specific response that is stored in the result variable. So let's save it, and for say example I have to add here some API which is returning some data. So I have copied one URL here, so I'm going to copy this one. So this is the dummy URL I have pasted here. So let's see on the screen. So I'm going to refresh this page again, and here you can see that I'm going to zoom it out. So here you can see that we have user ID, we have simple ID, then title, then after completed status. All right, and string 83 means 83 characters. So all the details we got once we requested a specific API. So this is the way to send the GET request, and we are receiving some data, and that data we are going to use it according to our need. So for say example you are using some type of API from where you are interested to receive some data, and you are interested to return that data as well. So you can also encode that data from here as well as echo the data. Then after wherever you have the request sent, then you will be getting the response data from here. So this is the way to receive the data from the curl request. All right, so there are a couple of other important things that you have to keep in mind. For example, your request is giving the error of course policy error. So at that moment you have to set one header here. So let me tell you the header, and inside of header you have to set access control allow origin and colon, and then after star. So for example you have written here the star value. So that means we are writing here star, that means we are allowing all the requests publicly. So this is the insecure way. So for example you have developed an API and you want it private. I mean you are the only person who can access that API. Other than you, no one should access that API. So how that would be happening? When you have to do something like that, then you have to mention the server URL. For example, you are using for your website only, so you should add here the website URL here, so that this specific API should detect, your server should detect that this is allowed only. Other than this, no domain is allowed. So you can specify the domain name here. All right, so for example I am interested to use only for example HTTPS, then we have keywords.com. so this is my personal website for SEO tools. So if someone is requesting from this type of domain with this domain, then that would be allowed. Other than this, nobody is allowed. All right, so this is the way to access such things into your website if you are developing something like that. And this is really easy if you are implementing this. If you are getting some issues, then you can connect to me. I will be helping you out with such stuff, because I have already done a lot of problems. Actually I had the problem of username checker. I was developing this tool, and at that moment I was getting the access control allow origin course policy error. So finally I tried a lot of JavaScript functions which are fetch API. I have the Axios library, but I couldn't able to solve with those functions because I had to use the server code. So I had set this specific header over here, and then I used the curl request, and finally I end up with the solution for username checker. So if you are also facing such type of issues, so you should use this one, and feel free to ask the questions. I will be uploading a lot of good content onto this YouTube channel, so please like this video and also subscribe this channel if you are thinking this is useful for you. So thank you so much for watching this video. See you in the next video.